he tricks people by dancing and having silly hair, and you go, oh, that's a killer.
Paddy deserves a title shot, or he's not ready to face somebody like Islam.
Paddy's ready to face anybody.
I think one day he will be champion.
UFC fighters have been telling everyone the truth about Paddy Pimblett and just how dangerous this guy actually is. People get fooled by the dancing, the wild hair, all the antics, but fighters know better.
Look at me, I've got the personality, the look, and I can fight. I'm a marketer's wet dream.
This dude has been on an absolute tear with 7 consecutive UFC victories. His last 2 fights ended with finishes and performance bonuses, and now the fans are finally catching up to what the professionals have known for years. While casual viewers are just now hopping on board, the fighters were sounding the alarm way back. They kept saying Paddy is way more lethal than his persona suggests, and Justin Gaethje needs to understand what he's walking into.
I feel he's too confident, talk too much. This is the key. He gonna get one trap. He gonna run on me he thinks me nothing. I think this is my key for this fight.
Back in 2021, Paddy joined the UFC roster, carrying a 16-3 record after making waves in Cage Warriors.
I said, a lot of people crumble because they have all this hype behind them, but then their fights off the UFC are all padded records. Yeah, their hype isn't really justified, you know, and some of them sip their own Kool-Aid too much, get drunk off it. I just sip mine because I know it's nice. I'm nice with it. Pimblett, yeah, another guy with a lot of hype behind him. I jumped in the UFC, talked that shit, and he walked that shit too. I like what he's doing. I like the haircut, but I like what he's doing. I like how he's owning everything and just telling it like it is, speaking his truth.
He arrived with buzz as one of Europe's hottest young talents, but Luigi Vendramini wasn't buying into any of it.
On my Instagram, I posted the face-offs yesterday from the heavyweight fight. Did 120,000 views on my Instagram. Paddy's face-off did 1.3 million.
The moment that cage locked, Paddy shut down every critic with an incredible comeback knockout of Vendramini that got everyone's attention immediately.
What have you made of Paddy Pimblett in the UFC, and how do you think you stack up against him?
I feel like you separate all the flash from this fight. It's not very interesting at all. I don't follow him on social media, and I didn't really know about Paddy until his debut, so I don't think I'm gonna be starstruck. I don't really see him as a star.
His sophomore appearance happened in London during March 2022 against Kazula Vargas. Paddy hit some rough patches early, but wrapped things up in just 4 minutes, leaving the entire MMA community buzzing about his potential. 2 fights, 2 victories, and suddenly people started treating him like he belonged. Truth is, his star power was already bigger than most UFC roster members.
I thought he was going to lose this fight. That's what I thought. I thought Jordan Levitt is a little bit harder opponent than Paddy's ready for. That Paddy that we saw over the weekend could be a world champion.
The more famous Paddy became, the more pressure mounted to back up all that excitement against Jordan Levitt, who walked in talking mad trash. Paddy had his chance to prove it.
What do you make of his chances holding a gold strap in the 155-pound weight division?
Oh yeah, he's got all the skills. He's very charismatic. I mean, I can't wait to see him fight next. He's got the star power, the skills, and the talent. We'll see what the future holds for him, you know?
Paddy stayed completely composed and broke down Levitt across 2 rounds, keeping his momentum train rolling at maximum speed.
I thought Paddy Pimblett lost. I really did. I thought Jared Gordon won the 3rd round. I thought Jared Gordon won the 1st round.
Even a certain GOAT took notice of Paddy's destruction of Levitt and made it clear just how dangerous this kid really was.
A lot of people discredit a lot of the athletes that I fight, and they shouldn't. I believe the athletes that I fight, they've always have a bright future. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made that matchmaking. And secondly, I think that the kid has the opportunity. He's got a lot of fuel for the fire to be able to get the training done. I think the more structured that he keeps everything the way that he has been, listens to his coaches, I think the kid has a bright future in this sport.
3 straight UFC victories had everyone expecting fireworks from Pimblett, but his performance against Jared Gordon fell short, and he scraped by with a questionable decision. Pimblett claimed he was dealing with an injury, but plenty of professionals weren't buying that excuse and started calling him overrated. Multiple people scored that fight for Jared. The consensus was Jared Gordon should have gotten the nod.
I don't watch his fights, so I really don't know much about the guy. I just see him doing this little thing. I'm like, who does that? Who does that?
But Paddy had supporters too. Conor McGregor stepped up to defend him and praised what he considered an impressive showing. Maybe getting that virtual endorsement from Conor was exactly what Pimblett needed, because his return from injury against Tony Ferguson showed a completely transformed and more terrifying version of himself. Ferguson might have been past his prime and stuck in a losing streak, but he still brought the fight. Didn't matter though, because Paddy controlled every single round across 3 frames, demonstrating he was operating on another level entirely.
When you talk like that and people like your personality and you go out there and finish guys, you know, vets and legends like Bobby, I mean, of course, like going into the fight, I knew he could win, but to finish Bobby Green that way, I was very surprised.
Oh, God.
He's talking the talk, walking the walk, man.
I guess I don't know how good Bobby Green is. I've always thought about him as a brawler, but for Paddy to do that, to a guy like Bobby Green's huge. It's a massive win. Paddy could definitely, I mean, he wins the right fights. He could be champ.
He was bigger, he was longer, and it forced Bobby to take a bad shot. And the grappling was, I mean, next level.
People didn't give Paddy enough props for handling Ferguson like that. But everything was about to shift dramatically with a vicious finish against a veteran contender. Going into UFC 3-4 against Bobby Green, Paddy had to deal with serious animosity from his opponent.
Yeah, I see how he finished Bobby King. King. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, it's good performance. Now it's the time when he have good opponents, when he in the top. Now he have to training more, you know. Now it's all guys are so dangerous.
Rather than getting into verbal battles outside the octagon, Pimblett did his talking where it counted, smothering Green with constant pressure before locking up a triangle choke. That performance against Green completely flipped the narrative around Paddy.
Chandler first round KO.
Beyond that, even lightweight champion Islam Makhachev started treating Pimblett like a legitimate threat who earned his respect.
I do think I could land a knockout blow as he steps in, like a punch, a kick, a knee, an elbow, anything as he steps in and brings all his weight forward and leans into a shot. I think I could knock him out.
Pimblett's victory over Green instantly transformed him from overhyped prospect to genuinely frightening lightweight contender, and his next move proved he was championship material. UFC 314 brought the biggest challenge of his career in Michael Chandler, with most professionals picking Chandler to end the run. The predictions were heavily favoring Iron Mike. Everyone seemed convinced Chandler had the tools to get it done.
Paddy Pimblett, a future champion in the UFC.
Definitely, possibly. I mean, I think he's better than a lot of us gave him credit for. You know, being in there with him, I wouldn't say that he's got this crazy amount of skills or this crazy amount of power. Or he's crazy good in any direction, but he's not excellent anywhere, but he's good pretty much everywhere. He's got a long body. He uses that range. He uses his kicks really well. You know, whether it was me having a bad night or him having a great night, or that is just who he is, it was tough to kind of get the distance. And by the time I got the distance, took the knee, and then that's fighting for you.
Paddy blocked out all the outside chatter and zeroed in on what needed to happen.
Paddy Pimblett showed tonight that he is the real deal. Beating Michael Chandler and beating him the way that he did, I don't know how you can doubt the kid anymore.
When UFC 314 arrived, Chandler threw everything he had at Pimblett, but Paddy controlled the action standing and grappling, eventually dropping him with a third-round TKO finish. Following that victory, Chandler became one of the loudest voices, explaining exactly how skilled Paddy really was.
Do you think Paddy deserves a title shot, or he's not ready to face somebody like Islam?
Paddy's ready to face anybody. I mean, what he's done already, his credentials, his winning record in the UFC, and his hype, and what he can do, how he can motivate people. If they give him the next title shot, he deserves it, because they gave it to him. So whoever they give it to him, they give, you know, and let's see who they give him to, who gets into the arena with him next. I don't know, but is he worthy? Yes.
Chandler wasn't the only one talking, because Dana White told anyone still doubting Pimblett to wake up and face reality.
I really thought Chandler was going to beat him, but I was wrong. Paddy's legit, man.
Do you think he could be champion?
Yeah. If he believes it and works hard enough and keeps doing what he's doing, he can be.
Again, I've worked with everybody. There's no one more engaging, more star quality, no one that just draws every ounce of attention when they walk in the room like Paddy Pimblett. The only guy that was able to do that was Conor McGregor.
Dana's endorsement was huge, but then Makhachev's coach Javier Mendez went public saying Pimblett absolutely deserved a championship opportunity.
When it comes to technique, he might not be there, but when it comes to like aggression and you know, tenacity, I mean, those are big variables when it comes to striking, and those are things that, you know, he does not lack in. And so I'm going to need to steal his momentum and steal the confidence, because that's why he is so effective right now.
Earning a title shot and actually winning the belt are completely different challenges, but Pimblett's recent showings have made it clear that if any rising contender should have the elite lightweights worried, including champion Ilia Topuria, it's Paddy Pimblett. Multiple people believe he's destined to wear championship gold. Whether you love him or can't stand him, Paddy Pimblett represents the most dangerous lightweight contender in the division right now, and both Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria better be paying attention. Can Pimblett capture undisputed UFC lightweight gold within the next 12 months? Drop your thoughts below. If this breakdown hit the mark, smash that subscribe button and go watch our breakdown of 20 moments when overconfident UFC fighters got reality checks from their opponents.